to talk about the Ultimate Spider-Man now. So Ultimate Spider-Man, it just finished. It says it's the last issue. Last time was the penultimate issue, and I've been waiting months for this to come out. I got the cool cover. Where it's like their wall, and it's the picture of all of them, and Peter and MJ throughout their life, their prom together. Very cute. I love it so much. I've been waiting for that variant cover for so long. The important thing that I want to talk about, though, is it is really good. That Ultimate series is really good. Probably the best Spider-Man story I have read. Yeah, I'll just put it at that. Because I just did the review over the most recent arc of Amazing Spider-Man, and I like Ultimate Spider-Man so much more. I think it is so good. It does have a few pacing problems right around the end. Towards the beginning and even in the middle, I did not notice it too much. But as we get closer to the end, it starts getting more obvious, because some of them, there's like a month in between as all of them, because it's on pace with the Ultimates and Ultimate Endgame and everything. And as we get closer to there, there's like an actual month in between each comic. And that's pretty... Because at one point, Dr. Octavius is like a family friend now, and he's watching the house. Oh, when did that happen? I thought they weren't super close. There's like certain dialogues I feel like I missed, but this does contribute a lot to later in the story, because it allows for things to happen on screen, and then you have a flashback or where it's like going through their minds, and he said this, whereas otherwise I would have... Spoilers, because I'm going to talk about the last issue, not the whole thing, but not the whole run, but that last issue, because it's the one that's most fresh in my brain, and it's what everything builds up to, and I think it's amazing. It's ultimate, even. But, so, in this last issue, you flash back to Dr. Octavius giving Spider-Man something that will shut down Kingpin's augments, because he's got augments on him that help him be stronger and everything. And it's really cool, because otherwise you would have seen that in your last issue, you know, how he beats him, blah blah blah. But it's really cool because now I'm in this last issue. How does he do it? He's got these augments. He just beat the shit out of Spider-Man in the last one. So what's gonna happen? And then you see it, and it's unfolds in front of you. So I do like the pacing in some instances, but in some instances it's like, where did this come from? Because there was one where it opened up, where it was a new Spider-Man suit, and it's got the legs coming from the back, like an Iron Spider suit, and then takes off the mask, and it's Otto Octavius, and I went, what? When did this happen? But apparently he's just a family friend, and he did a little patrolling to help them get back to safety, so that way nobody could see them and find out where they were holed up in. When did that happen, you know? And it kind of is what it is, because in some places it really works, and in some places it doesn't. But this final issue, it sets up more, actually. It sets up a next universe. A next arc, which I thought the Ultimate Universe was going to be done after they beat the Maker. But apparently they either don't beat the Maker, or there's more to come, because it looks awesome. Mysterio is now in control of the city instead of Kingpin. Kingpin and Mr. Negative both die. They jump off a Fisk Tower. Mr. Negative takes the opportunity of Kingpin's will, his personal will, being super weak, and he tells him to jump, and he says let go. And so when he lets go, he grabs Mr. Negative's ankle, takes them both down, they both die. And then Harry erases the Dr. Osborn thing, AI from his suit, which I think that leads to Green Goblin being an enemy at some point. Either Harry's gonna be evil because his wife he kind of lost his wife, but his wife is still alive in a sense through Mysterio. And at the same time, erasing the dad AI might make his dad as an AI become Green Goblin through technology or something, because Osborn doesn't like to die. So I think that's an option. There's so much that they have like concluded this could be its own story, ends right here, nothing. But it paved the way that maybe if they wanted to write more in this world, they could. And I think that is peak. That's peak storytelling. So that way, if they decide to continue, it doesn't feel like they just pulled something out of their ass, right? I hate when stories do that, but this looks like it's not going to, and that's very hype. And then that's pretty much it. In this world, Green Goblin is Harry Osborn. He uses old Stark technology, since Stark's no longer around, to create a glider and a goblin stuff with the help of his scientist at Oscorp, Dr. Octavius, who is also like a sidekick for them. He's not evil. It like flips a lot on his head. It does a lot that's like super interesting and new. Like the Spider-Man show, Spider-Man 2017, I think, is when it came out, but it's just called Marvel Spider-Man. That tried a tech-based Green Goblin in there, and it didn't really work, in my opinion. One, it wasn't Osborn. It wasn't an Osborn, just at all. And two, well, it wasn't an Osborn, and that was kind of bad. Not that it wasn't an Osborn, but that it was an Osborn, and it didn't really work. And then they took the same concept and they made it work, and that's great. There's a lot in this that works. If you like Spider-Man, you're gonna like it. Don't worry, the next comic that I review won't be Spider-Man. It'll be Spider-Man and Wolverine. But I gotta wait till next week, because that doesn't come out till next Wednesday. So, yeah, that's about it.